Restoring the Father's name Yahweh. Restoring the Messiah's name Yahshua. Re-establishing Torah covenant. Preparing the bride. The revealing of the sons of Elohim. Prophecy. The return of Melchizedek, the royal priesthood. Elijah's school of the prophets. The Way Ministries. A return to the Philadelphian spirit.
Revelation chapter 2. To the angel pastor or congregational leader of the church of the called out ones of Ephesus, write with description. These things says he who holds with ceasing strength the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks and is occupied within the midst of the 7 golden lampstands. I know your works to toil as an occupation of your labor that causes weariness, your patience, cheerful endurance, and that you cannot bear or endure those who are evil, depraved, and injurious. And you have tested by scrutinizing those who say they are apostles, ambassadors of the gospel with miraculous powers, and are not, and have found them to be liars, with deceitful works. And you have persevered and have patience of cheerful endurance, and have labored to the point of fatigue for my name, which is authority and character's sake, and have not become weary. Nevertheless, I have this against you as a charge to incriminate you, that you have left as to lay aside your first in order of importance, love. Remember with its punishment, therefore, from where the source and cause of how you have fallen. Repent with feelings of moral compunction, and do the first in order of importance of works, or else I will come to you quickly and remove your lampstand from its place of given opportunity, unless you repent. But this you have, that you hate and detest to the point of persecuting the deeds of the Nicolaitans, that is victorious over the people as a heretic, which also I hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says, that lays forth a set discourse to the churches of the called out ones. To him who overcomes and prevails to the point of victory, I will give to eat from the tree of life, which is in the midst of paradise, a place of future happiness of Yahweh. And to the angel, pastor, or congregational leader of the church in Smyrna write, these things says the first in order of importance and the last of the final time, who was dead and came to life. I know your works, tribulation, affliction with anguish, and poverty and begging, but you are rich, abounding with wealth. And I know the blasphemy which is evil speaking against Yahweh of those who say they are Jews, as belonging to Yahudah, and are not, but are of a synagogue, that is, assembly of a Jewish congregation of Satan, who is the accuser. Do not fear as to be in awe of any of those things which you are about to suffer with pain and vexation. Indeed, the devil, who is the false accuser, is about to throw with violence some of you into prison, that you may be tested and scrutinized against, and that you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful and trustworthy until death. I will give you the crown that is a twined wreath as a badge of royalty of life. He who has an ear, let him hear by giving an audience to what the Spirit says, by laying down a systematic discourse to the churches. He who overcomes and prevails to the point of victory shall not be hurt by the second death. And to the angel, pastor or congregational leader of the church of Pergamos, a place of fortification, write, These things says by laying down a systematic discourse, he who has the sharp two-edged sword. I know your works, and where you dwell, where Satan's throne, a stately seat is. And you hold fast by seizing it with strength to my name that has authority and character, and did not deny by contradicting or disavowing by faith, by reliance on Yahshua, even in the days in which Antipas was my faithful martyr, whom is a judicial witness, who was killed among you where Satan dwells as a permanent residence. But I have a few things against to accuse you, because you have there those who hold with strength the doctrine of Balaam, a false teacher, who taught the Moabite to put by casting with violence a stumbling block that causes an occasion to fall before the children of Israel, to eat meat where things sacrificed to idols as an idolatrous offering, and to commit sexual acts as a harlot for immorality. Thus you have those who hold and seize with strength the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, who are heretics and have victory over the people, which thing I hate. Repent by reconsidering with moral feelings, or else I will come to you quickly by surprise, and will fight by engaging in warfare against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes to the point of victory, I will give some of the hidden manna, an edible gum to eat, and I will give him a white stone as an acquittal ticket, and on the stone a new fresh name with authority and character written, which no one knows except for him who receives it. And to the angel, pastor, or congregational leader of the church in Thyatira write, these things says the Son of Yahweh, who has eyes like a flame of fire and lightning, and his feet like fine brass with a bright luster. I know your works, to toil as an occupation of love, service, office of teaching, faith, and your patience as cheerful endurance, and as for your works, the last are more than the first. Nevertheless, I have a few things against to accuse you, because you allow and send forth that woman and wife Jezebel, who is a false teacher, who calls by boasting in herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce by roaming away from the safety of truth my servants, to commit sexual immorality by acting as a harlot, and eat things sacrificed to idols as an offering. And I gave her time to repent by reconsidering with moral feelings of her sexual immorality by acting as a harlot, and she did not repent. Indeed, I will cast with violence her into a sickbed, and those who commit adultery as an apostate with her into great tribulation, unless they repent of their deeds. I will kill her children with death, and all the churches of the called out ones shall know that I am he who searches the minds and hearts, and I will give to each one of you according to your works. Now to you I say, and to the rest in Thyatira, as many as do not have this doctrine, who have not known the depths of Satan, as they say, I will put on you no other burden. But hold fast and guard from loss or injury what you have till I come. And he who overcomes and keeps by guarding from loss or injury my works until the end, to him I will give power and privilege of superhuman delegated influence over the nations that are pagan and non-Jewish. He shall rule as a tending shepherd of them with a rod that is a baton of royalty and of iron. They shall be dashed to pieces like the potter's vessels of earth and clay, as I also have received from my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear by giving an audience to what the Spirit says by laying down a systematic discourse to the churches of the called out ones.